The thing about platforms, the reality of the modern world is that pretty much everyone has a platform as long as they have something to say that other people want to hear. That's why we invited her on to be interviewed. The people making these claims have an audience with or without shows like mine. Well, Jackie O. Wright unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyonce during that interview. As I said in the moment, they were not present to respond or defend themselves, but now they have. Their lawyers contacted us to say that those claims were totally false and have no basis in fact, and we've therefore complied with the legal request to cut them from the original interview. Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored. But, like the proverbial cries of fire in a crowded theatre, there are legal limits on us too. And we apologise to Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Hello villagers, welcome back to another video here in Stacy's Random POV, and of course I had to make a follow-up regarding Piers Morgan's apology to Beyonce and Jay-Z for having Jaguar Wright in his show and speaking her piece, which to me is kind of weird and very much so hypocritical, but hey, who am I to judge? So like you heard him say, their lawyers reached out to him and let him know that he had to edit out everything that Jaguar Wright had said about them specific, which makes me very, very happy that I did my first video before they edited. What is more interesting to me to note is how fast these people work and how deep their word gets in this industry, because it hasn't even been a week since we saw the video of Jaguar Wright in his show, and now he has to apologize. But for the sake of being a conspiracy theorist, I find it weird that they respond so quickly to this, but yet they still haven't said anything about P. Diddy, nor have they cleared the rumors regarding Beyonce and all that mess that's going on with them in TikTok. But hey, this is not that kind of video. But with that being said, you guys already know how I like to do things here. I found the best creators with the most interesting point of view, and I put them all here in this video. So stick around for more commentary. I can't wait to see what you guys think. So don't forget to comment down below. Let's go and like this video, please. It goes a long way when you do.
Baby, these billionaire lawyers ain't bullshit. Beyonce and Jay-Z don't play about their reputation, or at least their legal team doesn't. Piers Morgan, yes, the same guy who claimed that he lost his job at Good Morning Britain because he refused to say sorry for a comment he made about Meghan Markle, has issued a public apology to Beyonce and Jay-Z less than 1 week after a guest on.
Yes, I am so glad she clocked that T, because he was the main person that made Meghan Markle feel like she wanted to commit suicide. It was so bad how they were bullying her in Europe, and he was one of the main perpetrators who was doing that to her.
His uncensored show made allegations about them. Singer Jaguar Wright brought up the Carters while appearing in an October 2 episode and discussing the allegations against Sean P. Diddy. This is important because they're pointing out the fact that this man wouldn't apologize to the royalty in his own country, but yet he's apologizing to Queen Bee over here in America.
Again, yes, clock that T. Something is going on here. This is not authentic.
If you guys don't understand why he's apologizing, let me show you this really quick clip of Jaguar Wright on Piers Morgan's show.
There's no vindication for me because for 4 years I've been screaming not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately. Sean Carter.
Now, she said much more than that. You guys are free to go look up the full interview.
And let me just add that she said a lot more. However, I don't want to have to take her entire content. So check her out. Her name is on the video.
Yeah, now why would Piers Morgan have to apologize? He's got a guest on a show called Frickin' Uncensored. So if that's what her truth was, Jaguar said what she said, just tell them that, hey, she can speak her truth. If you got evidence against it, prove it in court and go after her. Why is he apologizing? His show is called Uncensored.
Exactly. And the funny part is the fact that he apologized and did what he was told prove even more how much of a puppet Piers Morgan truly is. Because if that was the sentiment, why didn't he apologize to Meghan Markle for his racist and terrible actions?
Are you kidding me? They talk about stuff all the time on all types of outlets. Why is he such a wimp? Ugh. Jeez. What do y'all think?
He should have never brought Jaguar Wright into his show, especially knowing what she has been saying for months and years now about these celebrities.
Jay-Z and Beyonce. They have made Piers Morgan apologize on his show, on air, to the world.
I wonder if they threaten to get him deported if he doesn't apologize to them.
You will stop talking lies about us. I mean, Jaguar, she is all over the place. All over the place. Talking that shit. I mean, it can't be everybody. Jaguar. It can't be everybody. I mean, now she's talking about Eminem and shit. Look, I'm an Eminem stan. Love that man. And we went on a journey of sobriety at the same time. And I just felt him. And there have been moments. Nah, I think he's bisexual. Anyway, that's another story. So yeah, so they're like, you can't talk about us. So now people are like, now they're trying to shut him up. But then before they were like, oh, why aren't they suing? And I'm sure that Piers was threatened with a lawsuit. They're trying to be nice. Like, just fucking get on there and apologize to us. And we'll let it go.
Right. I'm pretty sure that's not all that they say, but hey, let's continue. I want to hear.
That is power. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's God.
Oh no, honey. These people are not God. They are definitely not God. And one thing we're not going to do is calling fleshly human folks God, because we are not talking down on God, sir.
I think. Yeah, so it's crazy.
Looks like Jay-Z and Beyonce are responding legally to the recent interview that Jaguar Wright did on Piers Morgan. So much so, Piers had to issue an apology. One of the resounding claims that Jaguar Wright must be telling the truth is the fact that no celebrity has ever sued her. But some experts will say that, well, technically, they don't want discovery if they were to sue her or to give her.
I have to agree, because everybody knows that if you sue somebody for slander, you leave yourself open for investigation, and you will be looked at as if what happened here.
By suing her. But Piers Morgan has a huge platform and has the money to be sued and has a lot to lose.
Jay-Z and Beyonce just responded to the wild allegations by Jaguar Wright.
I had to cut the video because it was just repeating Piers Morgan's apology.
The government officials that have been working with the Diddler and the Jay-Z's and the Epsteins and the Weinsteins and all of these people who did all of these terrible things to women, men, and children, those officers need to be held in account too.
Eric Adams, soon to be former mayor of New York. Guess what? He gonna be landing his plane with Diddy right there in the Fed.
Bruh, I have to see if this dude gave himself up. I forgot about it.
I really don't think Beyonce and Jay-Z see Jaguar Wright as a threat, okay? But they still have a brand that they have to protect, y'all. Like, I don't get what's not clicking.
That is so true. They do have a brand that they do have to protect. However, let's not pretend like we haven't heard anything in the past about Jay-Z in particularly. Now, about Beyonce, no, I haven't heard anything, but there are rumors. But we've definitely heard stuff about Jay-Z. And if those allegations are true and they could be proven in court, then that's another story for a whole nother day. So let's not act like these people have been A1 perfect angels their entire career. We've all heard something. Well, I have. That's why I'm doing this video.
Piers Morgan should have known better than to bring Jaguar Wright on. And now it's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Why would they allow her to be on a national news media slandering her? Like slandering Beyonce and Jay-Z's brand and name. Yeah, I would have sent that letter to Piers Morgan and say, you knew better. You knew better than to have this lady on here. We have no proof of what she's saying. And then y'all eat it up like, oh, now they sue so they have something to hide. No, they're not suing Jaguar. They sent that letter to Piers and told Piers, stop playing with me. Why do you have this lady on the show making these crazy claims? And even if it was true, girl, where's the proof?
I'm not gonna lie, it's been years that I've heard Jaguar Wright talking about this, and she hasn't brought not even a witness. Like, bring us at least an interview that you've done with at least one of the witnesses that you said that you have that are willing to testify in court with. And no, I'm not saying plaster their faces. I'm pretty sure she could just do a voice interview and modulate their voice or anything. But with that being said, I'm not gonna play all of this creator's video. If you guys want to see the rest of what she says, check her channel.
What are your thoughts on Jaguar Wright being mentioned all over national news?
Not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well.
The thing about her is, like, sometimes there's a lot of truth to what she's saying based on my personal experience. I'm not going to say she's completely accurate all the time, but some of the things she said were things that I was actually thinking, but I was like, I could never say that because people would say I'm hating. But I know for a fact that, you know, the thing she said, like the thing they all have in common is, you know, R. Kelly and Puff and the Weinstein and Epstein. When someone gets on a national platform like that and it's said where everyone, I guess now he's gonna have to regulate that.
Unfortunate, but it's true. After this, I'm pretty sure a lot of bloggers and content creators from now on are going to be very careful when it comes to bringing Jaguar Wright and or discussing anything about any other celebrity. And I'm not saying, oh, it's going to happen to every single one, but I believe that they gonna have to be more credible and be able to back stuff up in case, like, if they have to go to court, essentially. So yeah. Unfortunate, but somebody gotta be the example of it. However, you also want to have integrity, and you also want to make sure that besides protecting yourself, you also are not selling your integrity.
A lot of people are going online and going on television having fun with that Diddy story.
OMG, here comes the messy lemon himself. OMG. So I was very surprised that I was able to find him on my TikTok page, but here he comes.
Making up all kinds of stories and allegations. Well, you better be careful about what you say because Beyonce and Jay-Z, they're not messing around. If you don't believe me, watch this clip from Piers Morgan. He found out the hard way.
Okay, messy lemon, just to say a bunch of that.
Bro, how do y'all listen to some of this shit? It real live make me question every other thing because I'm like, bro,
easy. Just like some of you guys still believe that Drake won on the rap beef.
It's a lot of people. Like, I be on Twitter, I be on Instagram. Like, so many people believe this woman. So many people buy into what she is selling and what she is saying. I'm like, dog, y'all can't be serious. This cannot be a real thing. Like, this lady talks so crazy, dog. Like, I don't even know how people watch this shit. Like, people watch her and that Orlando Brown nigga. Y'all brain is just different, dog. My brain cannot. I try, dog. I try to watch the clips. I see the clips that go viral. I see when everybody talking about something. I'm like, bro, how do y'all
I respect everyone's opinion because an opinion is just like a butthole. Everybody got one. So with that being said, I believe Jaguar Wright because of the next video I'm about to show you right after
actually
this.
Get through a whole. I can't even get through 10 minutes of what the fuck she be talking about. She talks so crazy and be going so far left, but I do.
Jaguar Wright is not wrong about Jay-Z and Beyonce, and I'll tell you how I know that. My name is Madison Clares, and my dad is Brian Cups.
Okay, so like I said earlier, so this girl, turns out she was completely right. If you guys pay attention to the side of the screen here, there is the picture of her father, and this is what I found out in Google. So far her story checks out. However, though, there is some more stuff that we have to wait and see if the FBI is actually going to help her, because, like, according to this video, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but basically she's been looking for help. Her father is as important as, or maybe even more important than Jay-Z and Beyonce and all these other people, because he's been able to hold on to his anonymity and he's been able to kind of just groom his children in the process. So I'm going to continue, let you guys hear what else she had to say. But you guys, I'm going to leave the picture of her father right there next to her, just so we'll know exactly who she is talking about.
The co-founder of Cyber Slice, the first online pizza ordering back in 1996. He's got connections to Usher, to P. Diddy, to many other elites as well. I even found evidence that connects him to P. Diddy and Usher. And the reason I came forward about all of this was because Actually, 3.5 years ago, I left my dad's house because he was assaulting me in front of my little brother, grooming my little brother on TikTok. I always stayed to protect my brother. Couldn't protect him anymore. So I left and made a police report. And police said that there was no evidence, even though they could have gotten a warrant and searched my dad's garage and gotten all the evidence they needed. My dad has held on to all of his computers. He's got a whole museum in his garage. Well, I found evidence recently, so I went to police. I went to FBI. FBI shut the case down, specifically Officer Madero in Las Vegas.
And I'm just pausing it here to say, guys, she said that everything that Jaguar Wright is saying is true. And also, mind you, this is someone important's daughter. So if they're so quick, the FBI, the letter guys, as other people will call them, they're so quick to dismiss a predator's own child because they have money. What do you think they're doing when it's just a regular person who has a claim against a famous person? What does that tell us?
Shut the case down because I wouldn't provide my address. My dad has had witnesses unalived. Would you provide your address? No, you wouldn't. I stand with Jaguar Wright. I stand with Allie Carter. I stand with Megan Walsh. I stand with Kibby Linga, and I stand with every single survivor out there. I love you, and I support you, and I will fight for you.
I just feel so bad for her. Her voice is shaking. You can tell she's scared.
Looks like Jay-Z and Beyonce are responding legally to the recent interview that Jaguar Wright did on Piers Morgan. So much so, Piers had to issue an apology. One of the resounding claims that Jaguar Wright must be telling the truth is the fact that no celebrity has ever sued her. But some experts will say that, well, technically they don't want Discovery if they were to sue her or to give her attention by suing her. But Piers Morgan has a huge platform and has the money to be sued and has a lot to lose.
Not trying to start anything, but one thing I started to realize as I'm doing this more often, these videos, that a lot of these content creators, a lot of these so-called creators, they are repeating what others are saying. It's kind of giving the same action of a news reporter. So some of these people are getting more and more interesting, but yeah. Moving on.
Jaguar Wright's claims on Jay-Z and Beyonce just got Piers Morgan a cease and desist. Piers Morgan just went public and said that Jay-Z and Beyonce's lawyers reached out to him and said all of Jaguar Wright's claims against them are completely false and they want him to edit out the part of the interview where it speaks about them. Piers Morgan even explained that Jaguar Wright has been saying these things on other platforms and he usually wouldn't cut out parts of an interview on a show called Uncensored, but he was basically left with no choice in a legal aspect. I knew the second that we saw Jaguar Wright step into the mainstream media and we heard all of this that it was going to go insane. So I wasn't really surprised at the fact that they are coming after Piers Morgan to get him to take it down.
And honestly, you guys, I'm not surprised that it was Piers Morgan that ended up with the shortest end of the stick, since he's the one with the most money. But with that being said, thank you so much for getting this far on the video. And you already know, once you subscribe, you automatically become a member of my village, and you love this village. You appreciate this village because, baby, it takes a village. And if you want to see the rest of her video, don't hesitate to go into her TikTok channel if you have a TikTok. And please don't forget to subscribe, like, help me. I am trying to get to at least 10,000 subscribers before next summer. So I'm going to be hustling all day, every day. And again, like I always said, love yourself so nobody else has to. And keep subscribing, baby, because I'm done with that blanket. Almost done with the hat. It's taking longer than I expected, but I will get there, essentially. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.